One rainy afternoon in 2018, I was working my usual double shift at the small coffee shop in downtown Seattle. I was exhausted, running on maybe 3 hours of sleep, because my dad had been in the hospital for weeks with late-stage lung cancer. The medical bills were crushing us, and flights from Seattle to his small town in Ohio were expensive, way more than I could afford on barista wages. I'd been video calling him every night, watching him get thinner, weaker, his voice softer each time. He kept saying, "Don't worry about coming home, kiddo. Save your money." But I could hear the unspoken wish in his pauses. I promised I'd visit soon, took every extra shift I could, skipped meals to save a few dollars, anything to get closer to that plane ticket. Then one evening, about halfway through the rush, I looked up from the espresso machine and saw Keanu Reeves walk in. Alone. Hoodie up, scruffy beard, those familiar sad eyes hidden behind dark glasses. He looked like he just wanted to disappear into a corner booth with a black coffee and no conversation. This was right after John Wick Chapter 2 would come out, and everyone was obsessed with him again. My heart actually jumped. He was one of my dad's favorite actors. They'd watched The Matrix together when I was a kid, and Dad still quoted it all the time. But I could tell Keanu didn't want attention. So I took a deep breath, wiped my shaking hands on my apron, and treated him like any other quiet customer. I brought his coffee without a word beyond, "Here you go." No staring, no, "Aren't you..." Nothing. Inside, I was freaking out, but I kept it together. When he finished, I brought the check. Before I set it down, I hesitated, then quickly scribbled on the receipt. "Your movies mean a lot to my family. Thank you. Hope the coffee was okay." I walked away fast, cheeks burning, terrified I'd overstepped. A few minutes later, I went back to clear the table. He was gone. But under the empty mug, the receipt had writing on the back in neat handwriting. "Thank you for the kindness and for letting me just be a person today. Take care of your family." And beneath that, he'd left an $800 tip. I stood there frozen, tears instantly filling my eyes. $800. That was almost the exact cost of the last-minute flight I'd been staring at online for weeks, too scared to book. I didn't even finish my shift properly. I told my manager I had a family emergency, which wasn't a lie, clocked out, and bought the ticket right there on my phone with trembling fingers. I called my dad from the airport gate, trying not to cry. "I'm coming home, Dad. I'll be there tomorrow morning." His voice cracked when he said, "Really? You're really coming?" I made it just in time. He was awake when I burst into his room, thinner than I'd ever seen him, but his eyes lit up the moment he saw me. We talked, laughed through tears, held hands. I told him about the coffee shop, about the quiet man in the hoodie who loved The Matrix too. He smiled weakly and whispered, "Sounds like a good man." I was there for his final hours. I got to tell him I loved him, hear him say it back, feel his hand squeeze mine one last time. Because a stranger, who didn't even know what he was giving, gave me the chance to say goodbye.